All right, next we're going to talk about exterior angle. So the only thing, real quick, how does it qualify for this rule? It has to be a convex polygon. Okay. Now most of the polygons we'll deal with are convex, so you don't really have to stress about that too much. Okay. Now exterior angles are angles where if I drew a line from like any of my sides on my polygon and I extended that line, then this would be the exterior angle it forms. Okay, so here's another side from my polygon, I draw a line, I extend that, so that would be an exterior angle on that polygon. Okay, now the rule we have for exterior angles is that all polygons, all convex polygons, whether they're regular or irregular, does not matter, all of them, their exterior angle sum is equal to 360 degrees. So exterior sum equals 360 degrees. All polygons. Okay, so all polygons' exterior angle sum is 360. It does not matter if it's a triangle, a rectangle, a hexagon, doesn't matter. They're all, the exterior ones are going to add up to 360. All right, so let's figure out ways to find exterior angle for if we're trying to find just one angle instead of all the angles. So one strategy is, if you already know what one interior angle is, then we can use that one interior angle, and if we draw that line to create the exterior angle, then over here we have a linear pair, these two angles together, right? They create a linear pair because we have a straight line. So if we have a linear pair, then that means together they add up to 180 degrees, right? So if I take 180 and I subtract my one interior angle that I know, then that's how I know I got that 72 to say, okay, this is supposed to be 72, if you didn't already know that. Obviously, it's got 72 written. Okay, so if we have the interior angles already written, then we can use this. All right, now what if we don't have the interior angles written? Like right here, there's no interior angles. Right here, there's no interior angles. Another way that we could solve this is we could say all together they should add up to 360 degrees. And how many sides do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. So then I can go ahead and say 360 divided by the number of sides. So that, in this particular example, that would be 360 divided by 5, which would also give you that 72. Okay, so either way works. I personally, you're not always going to run into the case where you have your interior angles, so I like this better because I know that I can always use it, versus this, it's more situational where if we have one interior angle. All right, now let's try to solve for one exterior angle using this. So how many sides do we have over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 sides. So one exterior angle, I would say 360 divided by 8. All right, so that is equal to 45. So this is 45 degrees. Now you might be like, what is she talking about? I don't see any exterior angles there. It's like, pretend if we extended this line, this would be 45 degrees. If we extended this line, that would be 45, right? Those are the angles right there. Okay, so what about one interior angle? And we're going to pretend that we did not already solve for the one exterior. So this way you have a method that always works. Now this one exterior, the only reason why we can do it this way right here is because it's a regular polygon. All of these sides are equal. Right here, all the sides are not equal, so we can't just say about like, oh, all the exterior angles should be equal. No, they're not. Okay, so that's one exterior angle, should be that. And now one interior angle. So one interior angle, let's think through this a little bit. We learned before that the interior angle sum is this formula that we learned earlier, the 180 times n minus 2, right? So if all together in the interior we get 180 times n minus 2, if that's all together everything I add up in the interior, then how do I just get one of the angles rather than all of the angles? Well, then I figure out all those angles added together. I'm going to go ahead and divide by the number of sides I have here. So I have 8 sides. So that gives you one interior angle. So let's do that. So we have 180 times 8 minus 2, because we have 8 sides, divided by 8, because there's 8 sides. Alright, so that means we've got 180 times 6 divided by 8. And you're like, where's the 6 come from? 8 minus 2, right there. Okay, so 180 times 6 is 1080. And now 1080 divided by 8, that is equal to 135. So my one interior angle is 135 degrees. Alright, now we got one more example. That was a regular polygon, meaning all sides are equal. So now let's go on to a irregular polygon. Over here, we know that all sides are not equal because all these angles are not equal. Okay, so now how do we find the value of x here? What we got to do is we got to say that all together these exterior angles should add up to 360. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to add up, I have this x plus this 48 plus this 36 plus that 64 and then plus the 60, and now I'm back to where I started. All of that added together equals 360. Alright, so from here I just need to go ahead and combine my like terms and solve. So here, these numbers right here all do not have x's on them, so I can combine those. In the front, I've got my two things that have x's on them. So x plus x, that's 2x. Now all my pink numbers added together, I grab my calculator, add them together, I get 208. And we still have equals 360 on the other side. We have not touched the other side yet. Alright, now I want to get my x by itself, so let me move that 208 to the other side. And that cancels, so now I get 2x is equal to 152. Now divide by 2 on both sides to get that x by itself, and x is equal to 76. Well, there you have it. These angles right here should be 76.